Hey! Hi, this is Trepacer. Welcome to Trepacer Saturday Reviews, episode 101. I went to see one movie and I watched one movie when I got back. Okay, like I said in my blog, which I recorded this morning and uploaded, which you can watch, blog number 9. I went to see Jupiter Ascending by the Wachowskis. There it is, in 3D. Jupiter Ascending, 34th Street, AMC Theaters. Now, Jupiter Ascending was supposed to come out last year, and it got pushed back, which was never a good sign. Okay, this movie stars Channing Tatum, Mila Kunis, and Sean Bean, and Eddie Redmayne. Okay, and it's the story of Jupiter Jones, played by Mila Kunis. They kind of go over her story, or I guess she narrates her story in the beginning of the movie. And she tells how she was, her mother and father met, and and then basically her father, through a circumstance, her father, passes on, and it's her, mother was a Russian immigrant, so they moved to America and moving with relatives, and they basically have to, and Jupiter Jones basically lives a humdrum life, washing toilets, having a very ordinary life, and until basically. This warrior comes into her life, basically saving her life, played by Channing Tatum. He's his name is Kane Wise, and he's a genetic soldier. And he's been hired actually to find Jupiter Jones because she's supposed to be a reincarnated version of this queen of this intergalactic family, which has like 3 siblings to it. Eddie Redmayne is Balaam, you have Douglas Booth as Titus, and I think you have what's her name, Tupis Milton. She plays Khalik. Anyway, they're like they're like rivals, and Eddie Redmayne's like the oldest one, and basically they battle each other for power. But Mila Kunis' character is supposed to be the reincarnated version of their mother, so she's basically in line for the throne, and basically it's these 3 siblings battling to see who can get to her first. And one of the siblings hires Channing Tatum's character to rescue her and bring her to their planet. And so basically it's a sci-fi epic. Now, this movie is like about 127 minutes. Okay, first the movie's way, felt really long. Okay, and the story is very predictable. With really bad humor in it. Great action. I mean, there's Channing Tatum, the way he fights. I want to say this about the way he fights. Whenever they eventually do a Silver Surfer movie, besides his appearance in the Fantastic Four movie that came out years ago, the way he moves is the way the Silver Surfer, they can make the Silver Surfer movie, because it's just absolutely kind of beautiful the way he moves and stuff. But anyway, like I said, the story seems really long and really predictable. And Eddie Redmayne, I know a lot of people saying that his acting is really, really bad. It's really kind of, because he talks with this affected voice. Why, I don't blame him for that, because that's the way he was directed. Well, not the voice, but I guess he was directed, to do that. That's in the script, I guess. So, but I don't find his performance that horrible. They say that some people say that's going to affect his chances of winning because the Theory of Everything that he did, he got nominated for that. But I don't think the Academy shouldn't look at this movie versus that movie, because he didn't get nominated for this movie. But anyway, I thought his performance was it was okay. I just think it was the plot was like totally predictable, and it got overly long, and it got super complicated and stuff. Each sibling is battling each other, because they each want something from Jupiter Jones' character, who's supposed to be the reincarnated version of their mother. Okay, and there's a reason actually. Like these siblings own basically own planets, and they own basically battling for for Earth. And there's a reason, which I don't want to spoil that part of it, that Jupiter Jones finds out why they want her, and what they want the Earth for. And like I said, the movie feels really long and really slow. I mean, the action scenes are okay. I think were pretty cool, but the plot was just totally predictable. That of course that she's gonna fall in love with Channing Tatum, which I mean anybody can see that coming a mile away. And that line you see in the trailer. So this is not really a spoiler. She says she likes dogs, and how he says he's closer, has more in common with a dog than with humans. And Sean Bean is like a fellow ranger who kind of trained Channing Tatum's character. And when they first meet up again, he basically starts to beat the crap out of him, and which goes on like way too long. Okay, and even though they're supposed to be friends, and it's like I said, the movie feels really long. I mean, it really does. It seems to go on and on and on. Even though the action scenes when they happen are good, but the movie just seems really, really long. The plot totally predictable. You can pretty much figure out what's going to happen, of course, and it just, I don't know, it just feels really long. And I mean, I know a lot of people hate Eddie Redmayne's performance in the movie, but his performance didn't bother me. I just think the movie is way too long, and I would have liked it better if the plot was a little bit more straightforward, or maybe show something that was different than being so predictable. It was just, like I said, it felt really long and just really boring at parts. I was trying to focus and pay attention so I wouldn't miss anything. And then because one sibling meets Jupiter Jones and she basically meets the other two, and they're all plotting against each other, and which would be good if it was in a better movie, but just went on way too long. And I'm gonna have to give this movie according to my scale of justice, I'm gonna give it a 6. I just thought it was just overly long, the plot totally predictable and boring at spots, and dragged on and on. And as far as the chemistry, I didn't see the great chemistry between Channing Tatum and Mila Kunis. I mean, it was okay, but I didn't see no great earth-shattering chemistry between them. Okay, and a lot of shots of her screaming and falling. Okay, so that's my review of that. Now, the next movie that I saw today was actually a movie that Big Guy 617, a fellow YouTuber, recommended me to see, and I wanted to see it when it came out last year, but I didn't. But I bought the Blu-ray when it came out, and it's Get On Up, Brown story, starring Chadwick Boseworth, and this is basically James Brown's life story, and what they do, instead of being a straightforward, biography, they basically go back and forth in his life. They jump from certain parts, and then they go back in time, and they go back and forth and stuff, and they show you certain events that happen in his life. And I felt that I guess that's different than the regular straightforward narrative. That didn't bother me as much as at first. It kind of bothered me at first, but I got used to it and it didn't bother me at the end. But I think the best thing about this movie is definitely Chadwick Boseworth's performance as James Brown. I thought he was absolutely fantastic. He had all the moves, the voice. He was just outstanding as James Brown. And why he didn't get nominated for Academy Award, I don't know, because I thought he was absolutely fantastic as James Brown. He had the moves down pat, the voice, and when he was explaining the music, how the music is going to be, and they also had the third person thing when he would talk to the camera too at times, which I thought was great. And they showed his love life and his early childhood, how screwed up that was, and how he became to be the man that he was. And I thought Chadwick Boseworth was absolutely fantastic. And I think you have Dan Aykroyd in there as an executive, a record executive, and a few other people in there, but mostly it's Chadwick Boseworth's show, and he puts on a show as James Brown. He is absolutely fantastic as James Brown. I liked him and the guy who played his number 2 guy, his best friend. Nelson Ellis, who played Bobby Bird. he always referred to him as Mr. Bird. He referred to James Brown as Mr. Brown, which I thought was nice. And they show all the ups and downs and stuff, and how James Brown was innovating music and stuff, and it was just a fantastic performance by Chadwick Boseman. I don't know why, like I say, he didn't get nominated, because he definitely should have been nominated for Best Actor. I thought he was fantastic. Go from playing what is Jackie Robinson to James Brown. He shows a great range, and he was absolutely fantastic as James Brown. And you also have Viola Davis in there. She plays his mother in this, and also who else? I think Octavia Spencer's in this as well. She plays his aunt, and it's just a really fantastic performance by and the music fantastic, of course. The performances absolutely outstanding. Really good movie. I really liked it, and I'm gonna give Get On Up. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I was going to give it a 7.5, but Chadwick Boseman's performance pushes it over the top for me. So I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 just for his performance alone, because he was just absolutely fantastic as James Brown with the moves and he rocked the role as James Brown. He's just absolutely fantastic, and I just loved every time he talked and explained his music and stuff. And the song, the songs are James Brown songs, but the performances and stuff in the movie were absolutely fantastic. Definitely an 8 out of 10 for this one. And again, Jupiter Ascending, which I saw today. 3D. The 3D was good. I forgot. I think I said that before, but 3D was good. It's just that the movie seemed really long to me. It was like 127 minutes, but it seemed really long, and plot totally predictable. And like I said, boring at parts. I was trying to make sure I pay attention to. And the only good things I thought were the action sequences. I thought were absolutely fantastic, in the way they had Channing Tatum fight, where he kind of like glided almost like the Silver Surfer almost, and it was absolutely fantastic in this. And like I said, I didn't think Eddie Remains, and a lot of people said that his performances were way over the top, and that voice he puts on. He does put on a voice, but the voice didn't bother me as much. And but again, too long, totally predictable, and not that interesting a story, to be perfectly honest. Okay, and so I have to give it a 6 out of 10. Okay, I would advise you to wait if you want to see it. Wait till it comes on video. Wait till it comes on Netflix. You don't have to go out and see it. Okay, just wait till it comes on Netflix and watch it then. Okay, unless you like sci-fi. Like I said, I like sci-fi movies, so I didn't bother me much seeing it, but it wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. Okay, put it that way. I think it could have been a lot better. Okay, especially with the talent behind the camera, the Wachowski's, brother and sister. And I think what their problem is, my minor answer, not that I'm an expert or anything, but what I think they do, I think they're good at creating these worlds and stuff. Matrix World, and even the other movie, Cloud Atlas, which I thought was really good. I think that's a better movie than this one. They need to have somebody else write the script for them. Okay, and not let them, because I think they wrote the script for this, I think. Let me see. Yep, they did write the script. Let somebody else write the script. They can let them produce and direct it, but let somebody else write the script for their movies, because they seem to really, they create the worlds and stuff, but then the plots are just really weak. Okay, just my minor opinion. Again, 6 out of 10 for that, for Jupiter Ascending. 8 out of 10 for Get On Up. And let me know what you think of my review. Feel free to leave comments down below. This is Trepacer saying so long, and take care.